Well, hello, everybody. This is the face behind the screen, and you're probably saying, thank God. But I am Sal Gangi. I'm the one that does all the education here for you guys, giving you all the little pop up quizzes. And I want to thank Charles for getting this set up here. This is something new that we're going to try, and I think this will work good with your participation. But again, just a little bit about me. I'm actually a full time lieutenant medic over in the fire department. Been in the service over 30 years. So it's a pleasure to meet you all somewhat informally here. Again, I'm always here for you if you have any questions. I would like to really get a lot more participation, and Charles and I are hoping that this will work where we can have some little chats that, questions, comments, concerns, if we want to do a little briefing on something that, like a refresher, I'd be more than happy to do it. Here at Trinity, we try our best to help you all out and, further education and knowledge. And, I'm a paramedic, not a paragod. Okay. So, like I said, I'm always open to questions, comments, concerns. But also, you see in the background here, I want to thank Elton John personally for letting me use his living room to do this, just so you know. Okay. Me and Elton John. Thank you, Elton. All right. So anyway, let's kind of test this out. The first thing I want to talk about this evening real quick is just want to talk about ambulance overview and the importance of actually driving the ambulances. I don't care if it's emergency or non-emergency. It all begins when we start our day getting up and taking that first stretch in the morning and yawning and, how you are, what's your mental well-being, your physical well-being that morning when you're waking up. I understand at times we go through ups and downs in our life, and we may have something on our mind that we're taking it to work with us, and that could be difficult at times. And you've got to realize, and I'm sure you already do, that not only are you affected, but your partner is. I know in my years, riding in the box, not a little 2x2 up front. I have a partner and it's hard to get along with, they're not having a good day. Man, that's going to make for a long day. And, we don't want that. We want to be there for each other. A lot's going on in the world today. And one of the key things is being there for each other. On a side note, right before COVID hit, I had developed a discussion called Suicide in the Firehouse. And it actually broadened out there. I went to several fire departments and, I basically called it suicide awareness and public safety. And that's something I'd like to get back out there again. A while back, I did it there at Trinity and put a video out. I'm not sure how many people watched it. But again, this is something that, we can't have skeletons in the closet. So, when you come into work, you need to know that we're trying to be like a family. If there's something that you could discuss with somebody or feel like you need help, make sure you reach out. Again, before, you put your foot on that gas pedal, get your day started, you come first. You're important. Okay. So please understand that. I'm always available. I actually give you my phone number right now. It's 770-572-9355. Again, 770-572-9355. And please reach out anytime you have any kind of questions, concerns, comments, whether it be personally or about education that I could help you out with. All right, so let's talk about a little bit more. So we're talking about, again, let's make sure that we're not sleep deprived. We might be out partying the night before, but let's make sure that, hey, we got a job to do in the morning. Let's make sure you get the appropriate rest because, if you're behind the wheel, you got somebody's life in your hands. If you're not behind the wheel, you still have somebody's life in your hand. You got them in the back of that truck, and that's, where you're going to be. So we want to give our patients the best service we can give and the best professionalism coming from you. Okay. And that just goes with, your morals and ethics. How are we eating? Are we taking care of ourselves? Are we eating right? I've been with partners that they've bought baskets of food literally to keep us nourished during the day. I know sometimes you'll have back-to-back calls that, somebody might be running late in the chair or somebody's early and you got to go get them. So, your well-being as far as nutrition wise is very important. So, we want to make sure that, you're taken care of that way as well. Make time for yourself somehow. I know it's hard. But if your schedule, hey, I need to have a snack going from here to there, pack yourself up a snack. We don't want to get hangry out there. What your truck checkoffs now, are very serious. I know even in the fire department, one thing that, my biggest pet peeve is we go around and, we do these checklists. Okay. But it may come time to using a piece of equipment or something you checked is really not there. Again, that's a rolling office. That's your office. You want to make sure that everything is in good working condition. If it's not, contact your supervisor. And right there, you just did your part. If you have to follow up on it, follow up on it. If I know that the brake's not working right, not only am I going to let somebody know, but I'm going to follow up, make sure that these brakes get fixed. Because I'm not going to get behind the wheel and brakes not work and take my partner and the patient's life into my own hands that way. Okay. So you have every right to follow up with something like that. So we do our little truck check off in the morning. After you do that, when we start to leave, sometimes we want to take our seatbelts and, we may have put the old seatbelt behind us. Okay. Make sure that you're putting them seatbelts on. If you're a driver and your partner says, go ahead, I'm good, I'll get it. Don't. And, I know you don't want to be, I don't want to be like that person. I'm going to be that person, but I want you to be that person. Most wrecks occur right near the station or right from a facility that you're leaving. Okay. And we don't want anything on the top of somebody's shoulders that pulls out, and heaven forbid you get T-boned and somebody loses their life and you were driving. Okay. It takes 2 seconds to click it. Okay. Make sure your seatbelts are in working condition and that that you are wearing them. It's the same thing with your patient. We want to make sure that your patients are seatbelted properly and the way the state requires you to seatbelt them. You need to have that harness. Do not have that harness. If you do not have the straps or all the appropriate straps to strap your patient in, ASAP, contact the supervisor and let them know, hey, I don't have all the working equipment. Okay. We need to make sure that our patients are taken care of properly. And I know some things are out of your hands, but if you speak up and say, hey, you've done your job. Okay. Driving, let's make sure that our driving is smooth. There's no reason for us to rush, no reason for us to speed. Okay. It's not worth a fatality. It's not worth an injury, that we're taking somebody to dialysis or home from dialysis. And even if you're going lights and sirens for whatever reason, we're operating with due regard. Please don't take any risk out there. Studies show that even if you had to go lights and sirens for whatever reason, you decide or you currently work for a 911 company as well, you're only saving a minute and a half. Okay. So, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is gunning it with the lights and sirens. I mean, is it really necessary? I understand cardiac arrest. I'm not even going to say that's different. You still have your due regard, but, we're already dealing with one life that we're trying to save. We don't need to be trying to save another one because we weren't doing our job the way we're supposed to. Okay. So let's make sure that we have smooth, comfortable rides for both your partner and the patient, going over speed bumps. Look, I know I've done it at times, and I know there's a couple of you out there saying, I'm sure you've done it. And you're right. I have. I'm not perfect. I've been in areas where the speed bumps were as black as the street. And here I come up to them and pow, right over the speed bump. Okay. Me, the patient, and my partner popping up out of the chair and the stretcher. Okay. So, kind of know your territory. Take it easy going over. We don't want to damage the truck, and we don't want to alarm the patient as well. With them being scared to get in there and say, "Oh boy, there's that driver again." Watch for hazards. Watch for blind intersections. Watch driveways, people backing out. Watch out for motorists. Um, Pedestrians. Scan ahead. One of the things that we do put on here at Trinity are EVOC courses. And, I've tried to put on a couple. In the last one or two I tried to put on, people delayed. Remember now, folks, it's a requirement here that you have EVOC, okay? And on a personal note, too, it also helps you. Some insurance companies even accept EVOC to give you a discount on your insurance. So, let's play the game right. Again, let's remember, some of the rules here that if you were having to light up the truck for whatever reason, that you use due regard and, you don't go 10 miles over the speed limit, and, changing your sirens out, at least 300 feet before the intersection, change the tones. After a while, somebody may hear the tones going on, your sirens going, wondering where the ambulance is, the same siren, and boom, there they go. They meet you at the intersection because they become complacent to the siren, thinking it is gone. Okay, so, it's very important, change the tone of your sirens. Again, this is a lot of stuff that you learn, my friends, in EVOC. Again, this is a little test. This video is a test. I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but, talking about, a topic that is important to you and me both. Always have your headlights on, that's for safety. We drive with our headlights on for safety. Constantly scan, especially in parking lots. We have pedestrians cutting across. You decide, you have a little break and you go to the store and you're in a pretty busy parking lot. People want to cut across the parking lots, with the cars or pedestrians walking across. Make sure you're constantly scanning. Smooth accelerations, smooth braking, know your braking distance, know your following distance. If you're going 40 miles an hour, that's should be 4 seconds between you and the other, between you and the other car in front of you. You don't want to be right on top of them. Lane changing, make sure you use your signals. Even if for whatever reason you had to go with lights and sirens, you still use your signals as well. Okay. Give yourself a, cushion all the way around your truck. Make sure you can see out of the mirrors to see the vehicle. If you're making, getting ready to change lanes and, from the left lane to the right lane, make sure you can see, that car in your side mirror. Make sure you give yourself a good distance before you get over. Okay. What else could I tell you all about? Intersections. Again, obviously, at all intersections, we're stopping. If for whatever reason you are driving lights and sirens, coming to an intersection, you still want to slow down and or stop. Okay. You don't just want to assume somebody's letting you by. Make sure you try to make that eye contact with the cars and then proceed. A lot of emergency vehicle accidents occur, at intersections just by using the word assumption. Okay. Again, I know we're trying to maybe get to the hospital, trying to get to a patient, but you don't want to become one of the patients either. Okay. Because of a collision. Make sure that you're checking your tires also in the morning. We keep talking about braking and stuff. Make sure that the depth and the traction of those tires are good. If they're looking to be worn out a little bit, again, let management know that the tires are becoming a little bald there. Okay. Another thing, backing. One of my biggest pet peeves. It takes a split second for somebody to come out of nowhere and get behind your vehicle. A lot of our customers, they are in subdivisions, private homes, and you're pulling in their driveway and then it's time to leave, and we get, again, once again, we get complacent with our surroundings. How do you know somebody, a neighbor's kid, is not going to run out of the house and run behind that ambulance, trying to go to another little buddy's house across the way, and they cut across the yard? Use a backer. Okay. Let's not be lazy. Get out, use a backer. I'm always, when I'm backing up, I put my lights on. It's an attention getter when I'm backing my vehicle up. To some of you, that may sound tedious. Okay. But get in that wreck and see what happens. Okay. It's not a good feeling. Okay. And you definitely don't want to hit somebody backing up, and then you have that on your shoulder and on your mind to live with. It takes 2 seconds to put the lights on and have somebody back you out of a driveway, back you out of a spot in a parking lot, wherever it may be. At night, now I know, and once again, and it's a reminder that some of the stuff that I'm briefing through real quick is in our policies and stuff for our company. So you'll see a lot of this a little further in depth. Some of you, if you haven't taken it yet, you haven't done it, you have to read, the policies and stuff. And then those of you that have, again, this is just a refresher. Again, I'm just testing this whole thing out. When you're back, when you're parking the ambulance, make sure you back in. Okay. For the night, make sure we're locking all the doors. Watch out for overhead, in case there's some trees or limbs, wherever you may be. And then, again, I know we're big with posting the videos of you cleaning your trucks and washing your trucks. And that is important. And I'll tell you one thing, I say this at the firehouse too, to the guys that drive for me at the firehouse. As a driver, you have a very big responsibility. Okay. In the firehouse, we say that's the best position in the department. You check that truck off in the morning, you have everything ready to go, and you ain't got to worry about anything else the rest of the day but getting your crew there and getting there safe, having the equipment working. That's it. You ain't got to worry about all that paperwork, the calls that you ran, and doing all your narratives. So, yeah, I agree. That is probably the best spot. I used to love to drive, but again, it's a very, very important job that you have. When you wash the truck, again, I find that that's the best time that you may find something wrong with the truck, because you're paying attention to it when you're cleaning it off. You have the brush, and next thing you know, you notice a scratch. Okay. So you want to document everything that you can about that truck. You want it clean inside out. Remember, would you want your family member inside that truck? Would you want to be in it? Okay. Spit cans and spit cups. Come on now. Yeah. Let's get rid of them. Let's not get those trucks nasty. Okay. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm just saying, just through experience in the past, when I've taken over trucks, and as nasty as it is, we're worried about COVID. I'm worried about putting my hand on the ledge by the window just to rest my arm, and there's somebody's dried spit because they tried to spit out the window. It's nasty. Okay, so let's not do that. Treat them vehicles like they're your own. It's very easy to complain. It's very easy to want. But again, this stuff is purchased, through Brian, through Tracy, through Charles. They're trying to give you the best stuff that they can. Okay. So let's respect it. Well, again, I would like your, questions, comments. I would love to do short videos like tonight, almost 20 minutes. Okay. Again, this is just an introduction from me to you, saying hello to you informally. But I would love to, do little videos, learn a little bit more about this, because I'm not tech savvy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I think this is a great thing that Charles has come up with, that we could be a little more personal. Again, if it's something, hey, Sal, can you do a refresher on how to use the OPA? It's a 3-minute video. I don't care. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Again, in the future, BLS research, ACLS research, EVOC. I have it all for you. I try to get every few months, if people need research and CPR, I'm there. I know a couple of you have reached out. Hey, I'm an instructor as well if you need help, and that's perfect. I love it. You know, and I'll utilize any help I can when I need it. But the help I need right now is I need your help keeping this successful. Again, I'm a paramedic, not a paragod. I gave you all my phone number. You know, again, a little bit about me. And I'm a family man, family of four children rather. My wife and I have been married 25 years. So she's put up with me for this long. God bless her. But you know, full time in the fire service. I actually work in College Park. Been there almost 23 years now. So that's pretty much about me in a nutshell. I love to have fun. I know some of you know me very well. Like to crack jokes at me. Remember now, when you crack one at me, if you dish it, you got to take it. Okay. But I'm all about having fun here at Trinity. I think, you know, it's a great company. And I'm running on right now. I'm not a video guy. Okay. Again, thanks to Elton John for letting me use the living room. That's one pinball wizard right there. Everybody, y'all have a great evening. And again, hit me up on our app. So under education, this way I could get with you all on some things that you may want me to do. So go on our app, go on the education side. Hey, Sal, can you do a little video on this? All right. Hope you someone enjoyed this little video. Take care. God bless.